You can welcome everybody. Got it. Okay, so it says meeting is now streaming on YouTube.
Well, there we go. Okay. So we got a bit of a delay, I think.
Nope,
Welcome,
we're
everybody.
on. Oh, I forgot to mute it. Got it. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching it on the delay. So it's kind of confusing me, but I'll get it.
I'm just not so sure how much of a delay there is.
No, we're on YouTube.
I know that, but there's a delay between Zoom and YouTube.
Well, it's showing up on YouTube.
I know that it's showing up on YouTube, but there's a delay between.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's showing up delayed on YouTube. I'm watching the YouTube on my computer and it's delayed. Yes.
I can't. This is too much for me.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're obviously not.
So are you? Yeah. So are you watching on YouTube or are you watching on? So you're. Okay. We discussed this before.
What I'm seeing, Mom, is on Zoom and on YouTube is delayed.
Okay. So are you watching? You know, in your YouTube. Are you watching YouTube? Oh, on your camera, through your camera? Never mind.
This is painful. I can't even.
Would somebody please?
Okay, so if you're joining us, welcome to Crafting Through the Chaos of Life and Aroundtoit's Saturday Night Live, Cocktails and Crafts. We're trying to figure it all out here. I don't know about you, Mom, but my computer is like whatever I see on the screen between either Zoom or YouTube is very delayed. So it is what it is. Okay, so, well, we did have somebody and then they like left, it looks like. Oh, that's too bad. They don't know what they're missing.
Right. But they may show up later and then they may not. Who knows?
Well, it's weird because last time I was able to see what was going on live. I wonder, because let me just see here. Okay, so I see, I know what's going on now. Okay.
Yeah, there's definitely a large like
Good there. Okay, so if you are joining us, thank you so much for joining us for our Saturday Night Live. We are still new to the whole Zoom YouTube thing, so there's a bit of stuff that we gotta figure out, but that's all good. Yeah, if you have popped in, say hi, let us know where you're from and what you are going to be crafting along with us or what you're creating along with us. So I will give you a little bit of information about me. My name is Chala and I do all crafts, but right now I am super interested in junk journaling. And so that's what I'm going to be doing this evening. And take it away, Mom.
Hi, I'm Shirley and I do quilting and everything else. And my channel is Aroundtoit. But Chala is my daughter and she was nice enough to host YouTube Live and let me be a participant. We just lost somebody again.
That's fine. you know, it is what it is. But yeah, so if you are stopping in, definitely let us know what you're doing. If you're creating something with us, that would be great. What are you going to do today, Ma?
I am just going to putter around with whatever. I may end up knitting and whatever.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep.
I'm going to make some ephemera. So I will probably change my camera view to my desk so that you don't have to look at all of this, because this had a rough day today. I probably still have mascara down my face. So there's that.
That's okay. We'll
Hi, Mona.
Yay. You'll have to watch the beginning. We were a little bit out of it, so
It was a bit of a shit show, Mona, I got to tell you. But we appreciate you coming by and saying hi. And if you do want to join us actually on the Zoom, on video, if you have Shirley's email, or just let us know and I can give you my email address, and then I'll shoot you an email back with the link. I'm so glad my mom sent you here, Mona. She did say that you were going to be might be popping by, as well as some other people. So that's fantastic.
yep. So now you know what I look like, Mona.
And there's no denying we're related. So there's that. So yeah.
So are you going to switch your camera?
I am. I'm going to go down to my desk now, and we will, there we go, ta-da. So yeah, I'm working on some ephemera here for my junk journaling. That's kind of my passion right now. And my camera looks really different color here, but oh well, that's fair. We're not really worrying about colors, I guess.
It looks good to me.
Okay. So yeah, I am going to, this is my little ephemera idea book. So I'm going to make something that I actually saw Gail Gastinelli do. So I'm going to try and recreate it with my envelopes. Some envelope ephemera. My mom is beautiful, isn't she, Mona? Love, love, love.
Oh, no, she meant beautiful, the stream, I'm sure. Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yes.
I'm
Whereabouts are you from, Mona? We'd love to know where you're tuning in from. I'm sure my mom knows, but I'd like to know. Okay, I am going to fold this envelope at 6 inches. That's what I'm going to do. No, I need to glue this down first. Now I got to remember how good it is. No. So what were you up to today, Mother?
I was trying to organize and clean up some stuff in my room here because I have neglected it.
Oh, that's fair.
In Ohio.
So, Mona did mean you, by the way.
Oh.
And she's from Ohio.
Mona needs glasses. And if she already wears glasses, she needs new ones.
Mother.
We haven't even had cocktails yet.
No. What do you have a drink or?
Right now I have coffee, but it's not in my special cup.
No. Well, that's no fun.
No.
I have tea, and then I'm gonna have a little sparkling something later.
Yes, I will have a small glass of wine a bit later. I'm going to turn my camera down so I have something else on the screen besides me.
All right.
So, and I'm just going to step away for a minute and I'll let you carry on with what you're doing. But
You always do that to me. You're like, okay, yeah, let's do live. And then now I'm going to leave. And then you leave me here.
Okay.
How rude. Okay, well then you do your thing and then I'm going to talk through what I'm doing, I guess.
Yeah, because I just step away for a moment just to get something.
Okay. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am making some ephemera for my junk journal, and I'm making, this is going to be a pocket. No, how is this? Yes, this is going to be a pocket. This is going to be a tuck. And then there's going to be a flap over top of here where you can lift up and do some journaling. So let's see here. I'm going to fold these because this should fit my standard journal size on a page like that. Okay, and then I need to cover these with some paper. Lord knows I have lots of paper. So let's use some Timmy Holtz. He doesn't make these 12 by 12 packs anymore, which really makes me sad. So I love these. Let's figure out something nice on the front. I mean, all of it's nice, but let's see. I want something with smaller images. Let's see, that would be, now I don't know. I'm not feeling this one. Actually, I could probably use some scraps. That's probably an even better idea. Use the scraps. Okay. We'll have these that I used for my last ephemera making. Maybe what I'll do is I'll use these two. That might be cute. If you're joining us, please say hello and where you're from. Grab yourself a beverage. Oh, I could also use these, right? They're the same. Yeah, almost the same. Okay, let's do that.
I'm just going to mute and step away for just a second.
Okie dokie. All right.
I'm going to
I
be
always have troubles figuring out what paper I want to use.
I'm going to be doing some paper piecing.
Oh, fun. Okay, let's use, actually, if I use these two together, this would go really well in my bee journal that I want to do, another bee journal. Let's do that. Okay. So I have this piece. What do I want where? I need to cover this. Like, okay. My envelope, let's figure out the size of the envelope. Is this size 10 envelope? So it is 4¼ inches by 9½ inches. I folded it up at the 6-inch mark. I've also glued down the flap. And then I want to cover this. And I'm going to do that in black. So we said 4¼ so I got to cut that about 1/4 inch off this one, I think. Okay. And these are really great to, I'm learning that on Handmade by Young. Oh, good, paper piecing. I got to give you guys credit for the paper piecing on quilts. I don't have the patience for that. I really don't. Okay, 4¼ so let's cut a little bit off of here. So this ephemera is going to be really great for full blank pages that we need to fill. Okay. Let's take, well, that should be same size, but it's not. Why is that not working? What am I doing wrong here? It's like a smidge, just a smidge. So let's cut here. That should be enough. So again, let me know if you are crafting along with us, what you're making. Okay, I think that's good. It's been so long since we've done a live that I kind of forget what to do and how to do it.
Okay, I'm back.
Yay.
And I have to show everybody my cup that my daughter bought me for Christmas. It's got a tape measure. Couldn't put coffee in it yet, otherwise I would have spilt it all over the place.
I wish I could have gotten you the one that Rosanna got me. I'm a naughty hooker.
Oh, yeah.
It was a crocheting one.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, we'll set that aside so I don't break it.
How is it that I still am like a quarter of an inch out? How am I not measuring properly? Oh, because it's not quite 4 1/4. And I'll just let you all know now, I'm too pretty to do math, so I will definitely be struggling here to give measurements. Okay, let's try that. So what is the name of the design that you're doing there, Mall Kettle?
It is it's called Stripy Star. It's an 8-inch block. It's in 4 sections. And it's a free pattern from Wombat Quilts.
Oh. I like free. That's right around my price range.
I do too.
If y'all don't know, I am actually doing a 365-day challenge, which is not purchasing any craft supplies except for glue. I'm going to give myself grace on glue for the next, well, for the entire year of 2023. I'm on day 14, and you'll be happy to know the shakes have not hit yet. So that is good. And I can honestly say, I have not been enticed either to buy anything, so.
Yeah, we even went by, oh, I forgot to cut those. Anyway, we even went by Michael's the other day and didn't even stop in.
Right, we resisted the urge.
He did.
I just have to stop looking at stuff online. Oh, guess what?
What?
Elizabeth Craft Designs
Yes.
is doing a craft like show retreat type of thing. Guess where?
Where?
Banff.
No way.
Yes. So I put my name on the list to be emailed about further information because registration opens up January 23rd. So I figure that's okay though, because I said I wasn't buying any craft supplies. I didn't say I wasn't going to any craft.
That's correct.
Events, right? So I'm still good. I can still go to the craft events and learn stuff.
Right.
So what am I? Good Lord. Turn it around, Charlotte. Turn it around. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I thought that was really exciting.
Yeah. Okay, I've just turned my iron on. I have to label my fabrics because I can't tell which is 100% cotton and which is 65-35 poly. 65 poly, 35 cotton.
What's the difference? Like what happens with the fabrics if they're not 100% cotton?
They're just a little harder to work with, and you got to adjust the temperature on your iron so that you don't melt the polyester in the,
like scorch it or whatever.
Yeah, it'll shrink up if your iron's too hot. I'm using,
nobody likes shrinkage.
No, I'm using my little mini iron that you bought me.
Oh, good.
Yes, seeing as how I destroyed the other one.
That was so funny. You got to tell that story.
Well, this little mini iron here is a Dritz. I can't remember what it's called, but the one I had, it was about, oh God, it's got to be at least 10 years old. And so it wasn't, everything was working on it. And except it wasn't heating up. And I thought,
Well, okay, that part confuses me. Everything was working on it, but it wasn't heating up. So that doesn't that kind of mean it wasn't working at all? Because
no,
isn't that the whole purpose of an iron, to heat up?
it's the buttons. The
Oh, the
button,
buttons would light up.
yeah, it was, everything was lighting up. It's just that the bottom wasn't heating up. So I thought, oh, well, there must be just one wire loose. So I grabbed the old screwdriver and took it all apart and everything, and I found out that there was a wire loose. And I was getting it all ready to put back together and everything, and I had it in the kitchen on the kitchen counter. And when I put the wire back where it was supposed to go, it started heating up. So I figured, okay, that's fine. The only thing was, when I had it hooked up, I forgot to unplug it when I was putting all the screws and everything back. And all of a sudden I heard this great big pop, and there was this spark and everything, and I killed it. Yeah, it was,
Oops.
yeah, it was an oops. So what I'm doing here, I am just putting my little labels on
Okay.
with,
You know, I'm much like your old iron.
yeah.
Lights are on, but nobody's home. A little wire loose here and there.
You're funny.
I take after my mother.
Yeah. Okay. I'm using freezer paper. I made labels with 65 poly, 35 cotton, and I'm just ironing on the label.
So sorry, the label is made out of freezer paper?
The label. Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. I just made up sheets in
But
different.
does that freezer paper come off easily then after, or is it like right melted to the fabric?
No, it comes off,
Okay.
and then you can re-stick it. The only thing is, you don't want to stick it to your wool mat or anything like that, because then what it does is, freezer paper is plastic coated, not wax coated. So the plastic melts, and if you ironed it onto your wool mat, then it just gets sticky. You can reuse it many times. Yeah. And so
What also happens if you try to put the freezer paper into a laser jet printer?
it
Do you want to talk about
it? No, well, yes. If you put freezer paper through an ink or through a laser printer, the plastic, because laser uses heat in the inside of the printer, it uses heat to activate the ink or the powder. And so what happens is that the freezer paper will stick to the roller thing around the inside of your printer. You can use it on an inkjet, but not on a laser printer. Unless,
the more you know.
that's right. So it's, my laser printer now is at a commission until I take it apart and see if I can't find where the freezer paper is stuck onto the little roller or whatever.
Well, that's like me with the my laminator. When I ran that one thing through the laminator, and the laminator ate the entire thing I was trying to laminate, and it all bunged up inside the roller, and I couldn't get it taken apart. And yeah, it was a bit of a event to say the least.
Well, I do plan on checking to make sure that I plan on making sure that I take my printer apart, and I'll be very careful and won't.
You remember to unplug it?
Yeah, I'll remember to plug it.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, it probably would be for the best. Because, and I can't tell the difference sometimes when I have my fabric, whether it's poly cotton or 50-50 poly, or like poly cotton I call 50-50. The fabrics I'm using tonight are 65 poly, 35 cotton, because that's what I have.
Okay. What do I want to do? I'm going to put a thumb hole in here. Oh, shoot.
What did you do now?
Okay, so I forgot to cut the end of my envelope here and here, but that's okay. I can still do it. Oh, sugar shack. I will trim off a little bit right now.
Okay.
It'll all be good. It'll all work out.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoops. Oh. And the other thing is, you don't want to iron on the shiny side of your freezer paper with your iron, because I just got some plastic on there. Now I have to clean the nice new iron. Oh, heavens to Betsy.
Hey, did you wreck it already?
No.
Oh, you can use rubbing alcohol to take that off, can't you?
Yeah, but the iron's hot right now, so I'll have to.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it when it's hot.
No.
Okay, so what I've done is I've cut the top off the envelope here so it opens up here and creates a pocket.
Oh, so you have that open before?
No, I forgot to trim this before I covered it with the papers, but that's okay. I can still do it. And I'm going to put my little thumb holes in now.
Okay. And I also have my scraps in plastic bags, so I have to make sure I take that out before I.
Do you have some good scraps for me?
Yes, actually I do. I'm pardon me, I'm finishing up some projects, and I'll be giving you the scraps.
Yay.
Okay, so that's all stuck down and everything's in order.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to make some more fabric flips with pockets. Oh,
Guess I can take my plastic out. Use those up first before I.
so do you have like a word of the year, Mom?
A word of the year?
Or like a theme for this year? Like my theme for this year is basically like use what you have.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Last year, I think my word of last year was, oh, I can't even remember. I thought it was fun or something, or create, but that's how good my memory is. Whew.
And before I start on this though, you remember when I told you that I won on Yvette Renee's?
Yeah, can you show what you won?
Yes, I will.
Awesome.
I'm getting it right now.
I'm just saying, Renee, I like fabric too.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily do the same things that you guys do with it, but.
Okay. And when Yvette sends you stuff, it's unbelievable what she packages. And this is, so if anybody likes to do paper piecing or even just ordinary like sewing or whatever like that, or anything. She also opens knitting, what do they call them? Subscription boxes. And she
Sorry, was that knitting subscription boxes?
knitting, crocheting, all sorts of things. But anyway, this is the birthday card that I got from Yvette.
Oh,
My birthday was on November 4th, and she sent me a birthday card.
that's nice.
And I'm in her group, Piecing It Real. And so she sent me a birthday card. I'm not just, oh, I didn't see that.
What's that?
It's a little label on the back that says, this isn't going to show up, but it says, I'm not just quilting, I'm piecing it real.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cute. I didn't even read that. Okay, so that was the card that she sent. This came in a separate envelope, but here is the box. And actually, I got it just before Christmas, or yeah, it was just before Christmas. She had the, pardon me, I think it was the 25 days of Christmas. It was called Vlogmas.
That's a big box.
Yeah. Wait till you see what's in it. Okay. So I'll set this off to the side and we'll pull the stuff out. It is, I got a knitting bag. I'll move that out of the way. It's a knitting bag.
Cute.
Yeah. And it's from, oh, it's Jen Hewitt knitting bag for Ruby Star Society. And it's African Daisy knitting bag, 12 inches by 13 inches, and it's 100% cotton. Jen Hewitt. And that's the little label that's on there. I got to try and find out how I can make some labels like that. So that was one thing that was in the bag. This is going to take us all night here.
Well, you keep showing what you got. That's pretty cool.
Next, I got some magic pins, and I love these pins. And they are heat resistant. And these are the longer ones. I have some that are shorter, which I got from Yvette, but they're shorter.
What makes them so great? Like, what is it that you like about those pins over the other ones?
They come in a case. They're nice. Pardon me. My voice is going. Pardon me.
Take a drink.
Yeah. How can you tell I haven't talked all day? Sorry about that. They're nice and thin. These ones are long, and the end of them, it's like a little silicone end on them, so you can iron up to them and they're not going to melt.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So those are good, and there's 100 pins in there.
Wow.
Yes. And I think, yes, I had ordered one of Yvette's, I can't remember what they call them, like a scrap box or whatever, that she was destashing or whatever, and you paid a certain amount and then you got stuff. So those are the magic pins. Next is a roll of ribbon, 5 meters of ribbon. And
What's on it? I can't really see.
there is, it's hard for me to.
Oh, a sewing machine, scissors, a spool of thread.
Yeah, thimble and a button.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's the ribbon. And then there is we have a thread cutter with a little kitty on it.
Oh, is that a necklace?
Yeah, you can wear it around your neck.
Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. And then you would never lose it. That's what I need. I need everything hung around my neck so I don't lose it.
Yep. I think, yeah, this is, yeah, it's a thread cutter. Yeah, it's bone. Bohin, bone. So I got that. Just a second.
Right. That's not even half of it, Mona. You should see what else she.
Yeah,
Wow.
wait till you see the rest of it.
Yeah, like there's. Yeah, you got to go through quicker then.
Yep. Okay. And I haven't used any of this, and I did not didn't open it and go through it. And then we have a little quilting accessories. Actually, you could use this as a
Stitch marker?
yeah, and it's a beautiful red little red butterfly.
Oh, you know what that would be? That would be a gorgeous charm on one of my journals. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, Yvette, if you're watching, think of me too.
And yeah, so next we have, what else do we have in here? Then we have some pretty pins by Lori Holt, and they're in a little looks like a canning or a glass canning jar.
Like a little mason jar?
Yeah.
Well, that's cute. And
Little,
are those more pins? Sorry.
yes. Yeah.
Oh.
It's a little sort of looks like a glass head. I'm not sure if they're steel and plastic, so I'll have to make sure that I don't
Oh, shoot.
touch my iron to them. So that's what I got there. Next are some, this is a needle holder, tapestry needles, and it's size 18, 20, 22, 24, and 26. And you open it up. Oh, and I do believe it's a magnet. Yes, it is. Little magnet, and then the needles are inside. Perfect.
Wow.
Can always use those. Then I believe one of these was in with the birthday card, but here is another little zipper pull or purse charm or purse thing, and it is looks like log cabin. So I got that.
The log cabin quilt?
Yeah, that's the log cabin design. I'm gonna try and get it up there. And then, that's not all. Then we have 3 spools of thread. We have an Aurifil. Looks like it's a 100% cotton thread, Aurifil. I'm not sure if that's the weight on there.
Yeah, I'm pouring my bubbly drink.
Okay.
And let's get the cocktail parts of this crafts and cocktails thing going.
Okay. Then we have, oh yeah, this is Aurifil as well, I believe, because it's the same make. I don't use Aurifil because I can't get it here. And so anything with the orange is 100% cotton. I can get other 100% cotton, but
So does that mean you'd have to order it especially from the States then?
well, there is, remember when we went to that one sale or whatever, I had bought some?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get out to where the shop that sells the 100% cotton
I can drive you, you know.
with my car.
Let's not talk about that right now. I'm still a little embarrassed that I'm a 45-year-old woman who has to borrow her mom's car right now. Oh shoot, I'm 46, aren't I? Crap. That COVID stole a year from me.
God. Anyway, it looks like a gray and looks like a gold and then a white, which I will be using. Then what else is in here? Oh, two. These are Soline Taylor's pencils. I gotta open this up and see what this is. I don't have these, so. Clearly seen lines in white, blue, or pink. Okay, erase easily with water or a polymer eraser. Oh man, so I've got one in pink and one in white. Awesome. Now, do I have to? Let's see, cut this off. Oh, neat. Soline. Oh, okay. Whoop, hasn't come out yet. Oh, there it is. Awesome. I've never had these. Like I said, I don't have a whole bunch of supplies.
What?
Well, not for quilting like some of them have. Like some of them have rulers, and I don't use the rulers. I do everything mostly by paper piecing.
Yeah,
So
but you still have like a lot of supplies.
yeah, I have supplies like for garment sewing, not quilting supplies. Like I don't have all sorts of rulers and everything. I don't buy them because I use mostly paper piecing, so I can get really accurate results with the foundation paper piecing. Then this is a quick ripper, and it is like a little razor, like, that I used to have for Babe when
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had a Shih Tzu and I used to trim her. It even comes with a battery. But this works really good for embroidery. If you're doing embroidery, and so if you have to take stitches out, you use this to take your stitches out, or you can use it on regular stuff. And that's from jmichaelwatts.com. And I know these things are not inexpensive. Okay, so that's the quicker. It's the quick ripper, the ultimate seam ripper. Don't rip another seam out without it. Makes a great gift. It certainly does. Oh, it's Michelle Watts. What did I say? Anyway, doesn't matter. So those are the notions. Now comes the absolute amazing. In this little package, there are what do they call them? Charm squares? No.
Little charm packs, mini charm pack.
Mini charm packs, yeah. I think charm packs are charm packs 5 inches? Mona, if you're watching, do you
Four.
huh?
I thought they were 4-inch by 4-inch.
No, 5 by 5.
They 5 by 5?
Yeah, charm packs I think are 5 by 5, and these are mini charm packs. Yep, mini charms. 42 squares in each one. One is a Halloween. See if I can. That's not gonna work. Oh, Halloween fabrics. Oh, that's cute. Love it. And this is Pansies Posies by Robin Pickens. This one is by me and my sister designs. I do not have any designer fabrics. Most of my stuff comes from Walmart, only because I don't go to the fabric stores to buy the expensive fabric. I buy Walmart. And so these are nice that I have some, and it's by Moda Fabrics. And this one is Pansies Posies. Oh, that is pretty.
You know, if I had some extra cash laying around and I wasn't on this, don't buy anything thing, you know whose fabric I'd want to buy?
Oh,
Kathy Holden.
who?
Kathy Holden.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of her.
Her fabrics are gorgeous, just gorgeous.
Are they 100% cottons or?
I think so, because a lot of quilters use them. Like,
okay, yep.
Yeah, check her stuff out, because it's amazing. And then I love, because it very much goes with the style of what I do in terms of like vintagey, and like there's just a lot of fun fabrics that she makes.
Yeah.
Lots of cool themes.
Okay.
So those are fun. What could you do with those? Like would you do a table runner, or what's your first thing that comes to your mind when you see those fabrics that you would want to do with it?
Probably a table runner, or say maybe a cushion cover, or I'm not sure, but I don't usually do like the big quilts unless I know I've got enough fabric, because I don't have enough fabrics of one line to thanks, Mona, 2.5, got it.
Well, I think I probably ruined you for making big quilts, so
yeah, but no, you didn't. No, I've got those ones there to finish up. Okay, so then I only owned one jelly roll, which I got from a vet in her, I can't remember what they call it anyway. It's a box where she was destashing or whatever, and they're not scrap boxes, they're, dude, I just can't think of the name. Anyway, so I had ordered one of those, and I got my first jelly roll. And then now I got a jelly roll from Maywood Studios, Kimberbell Basics, and this is the winter. And look at that.
that is pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
So nice.
Now I got to find something to do with it.
So how many pieces would be in there?
There are,
What are the measurements of the pieces in there?
there's 40. There's 40 strips in here, and they are 2.5 inches wide. And are they pinked edges? Yeah, well, I don't know. They might be pinked edges, but 2.5 inches wide by width of fabric, salvage to salvage, is approximately be about 42 inches. So you get a strip the width of the fabric.
Okay.
So that is my second jelly roll. I have never owned the 10-inch squares. Why is everything just totally going out of my head?
It's called video amnesia.
Yeah, anyway, in Canada, we would probably pay $60 to $70 for these.
At least, yeah.
Least. So that is beautiful. Now I just have to figure out something to use to make with it. But oh, I love it. Then That's not all. There's one last thing.
But wait, there's more.
Here we have, look at this.
Oh my goodness. That almost looks like alcohol ink.
Yeah, I didn't even check. It could be, no, it's not. I thought it might be a batik, but it's not.
Looks
This,
like an alcohol ink pattern to me.
yeah, but there's one, let me just quickly count these. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 fat quarters, and they are from, I can find it on the salvage. It's not on there. I did find it on one of the salvages. I'll come across it, but look at these. This package right here probably would be in Canada here because we're in Canada. I swear to God. Okay, 4 times. How many did I say I had in here?
Oh, I don't remember.
We'll say 15, but 15 times 3 is 45, 50. Double that. Yeah, it could be worth as much as 60, 70, $80 just for this pack right here. So, and what you saw I got in that package, here's the first one. I'll try to lay them all out nice and pretty. So there's that one. And there's this one. Ooh, look at this one. Oh, I love it.
Wow.
I'll try to find a salvage. But yes, Canada is very expensive to buy fabric, designer fabric. And I know this is designer fabric. Look
Yeah, I'm a little miffed that we don't get the good deals like
oh, I know.
the States does. It's not fair.
So that, and then there's this one. Oh, pretty. But there's nothing on the salvage, but I did find the line actually. I checked on online. I Googled it. Oh, look at that one. Oh,
Oh, so pretty.
I love those colors. Ooh, dragonflies. There's got to be something on here. But look at the dragonflies. Beautiful. Oh, what else we got here? This one. See if there's anything on the salvage. Nope. Look at that. It's the same as, no, is it? Yes, it's the same pattern as that, only in a coordinating color. And then, ooh, look at this one. Oh, I'm going to have so much fun. The only thing is I don't know what to make with it now. So how's it going with you?
Me?
I'm kind of taking over your channel.
It's all good. I hate fabric tack. Because when I turn it upside down so that it can get down to the bottles, because it's a slow glue.
Oh, is that
And then I get
glue?
this big glue bubble that comes out of the side of the container. But yeah, that's glue.
Oh my God, it looks kind of like a,
Crystal ball
yeah.
or a little droplet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
So look at
So
the,
if you are just joining us, please let us know where you're from, what you're up to tonight. If you're crafting along with us, if you're just drinking along with us, whatever you're up to, say hi. Let us know you're there. We are Mama Bear sharing her awesome package that she got for her birthday, and I'm just making some ephemera for my junk journals.
not for my birthday. This was the prize package I won from Yvette Renee's Vlogmas.
Vlogmas, that's what it was. Vlogmas.
Yeah, so look at these ones. Oh my goodness sakes. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I've never had a charm or a, see, I'm doing it again. Layer cake. I'm sorry, I have to say that while I remember. Layer cake. They're 10-inch squares. I've never owned a layer cake.
Hmm,
Look at those fabrics. Oh,
so pretty.
I'm not going to want to cut these up. And look at this one now. Oh. And now some more dragonflies. There's the other dragonfly one there. And then there is a white with almost looks like crackled, like that crackled glass.
Oh
There-
yeah, yeah.
There is a, oh, you can sort of see it there. Yeah, that's pretty. Anyway, that is what was in the prize package that I won for her Vlogmas.
So much fun.
There has to be in Canadian prices, there has to be close to $150 to $200 worth of, if I had to buy this all in Canada, that's how much would probably, with everything that I got in the box. Because I know a while back, jelly rolls were going to 400. Jelly rolls were going like for $45, $50 at that time. And that was before the price went up. Anyway, so I will unpack all those. And now I'll let you do some chit chatting.
Okay, well, let me just explain what I did here.
I'm
Having some fun. So I covered the envelope and I glued a piece on the back here with like a 1-inch flap
yeah.
so that this flaps over. So this will be on the page. Let me just pull this out. So I'd probably want it on this side of a page just because of this. So this gets glued on and I can glue it on like another pocket, but then this will flip up. There's a pocket here. I'll put like a journaling card. I was thinking of maybe making a journaling card out of this paper. Do you think it goes well?
Yes. From what I
Yeah.
can.
So I'll do a journal card with this for here. And then I had some pre-made tags. So I glued, when I cut the edges, I ended up making a pocket here. And then I glued the back down and glued the side and the top. And then I left this side open so that I could have another pocket here with this tag.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, and then this can be just journaling spot. I did a little bit of collage with some book page or dictionary, a little piece of ephemera from one of the bee kits I got. And of course, I like to add the cheesecloth underneath just to give it some texture and interest.
That's what you could use my cut off threads for.
Right? Yes, I have a big bag of those still. I feel like I need another tag in here though.
I give Chala, actually I have a little package right here, but I save all my threads and I give them to Chala, and then she uses them in her junk journals. And every scrap, now where did I put my other? I always have them in little bins. I'm just gonna grab one. Oh, here. I save all my little cutoffs from when I'm doing my foundation paper piecing, and I give them to Chala, and then she uses any little bits or whatever that she uses them in her journals. So those are, I always have 2 bins going, one for thread and one for my paper cutoffs, my trimmings from my foundation paper piecing.
I
And
was looking for one of my journals, but I know I have one, but I don't know where it is right now. I was going to show them what a journal was, but it's all good.
this is This is more of it. You have some big scraps, and also this is the big scraps that
Oh, that's the Christmas stuff, the gnomes.
yeah, the gnomes. So
I love that stuff.
I have another bag for you.
Yay. I got to get working to use some of this stuff.
Yeah. So nothing gets thrown in the garbage when I do stuff. It all goes to Shala, and then she recycles it into her junk journals. And
You know, that's a really another thing that I love about the art that I do is that you don't have to buy stuff.
no,
You just and you're recycling, you're keeping stuff out of the landfill, and it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm far from a perfect person, let me tell you. Where you, Mom, you are like your stuff is perfection to a T. It's so detailed. Your corners of everything are crisp, and like it's immaculate, whatever you produce. So I don't have that.
we won't show everybody my head right now because I'm sure it's swelled up. So, okay, and no, I did make one thing perfect. You.
Aw, you're so sweet.
I know, you'll buy me something for that, won't you?
Yes.
Another bottle of wine, eh?
Another bottle of wine. Can do
Okay. I'm gonna let you chat for a while I just go and get my little bubbly beverage, and I'll be right back, and I may bring something else in.
Oh, something for me?
Yes, it's for you, but it's not done yet.
Oh, yay. Okay. Well, meanwhile, back at the ranch here, I am just putting some pieces in this little pocket doohickey that I'm making. I find it really hard to deal with white pages, so I like to cover them when I can. And then the rest are usually like fun digitals or coffee dyed papers, tea dyed papers, recycled stuff. I have a whole bunch of envelopes that my office was going to get rid of because it had their old address on it or their old name. So I got all these envelopes. And so, yeah, instead of having it go to the landfill, I love that I can make something out of it. Okay, I want something here. And I did have a piece of like, it's almost like muslin that I had stamped a bee on, and I literally just saw it. Oh, there it is. And I'm wondering, oh, I think that might be too big for that. Though it is kind of cute. It could be fun to decorate that. I just used my stamp and stamped it on this fabric, and then roughed up the edges a bit just to give it a more older vintagey look. I kind of want to glue that on there. I kind of like that. What else could I do? I have some trims. Could I add some trim? Would that make it look a little more interesting? Kind of like a little rogue pom-pom there. Okay, so I have it's pretty heavy, isn't it? Heavy looking. I don't know. Just try and figure out what kind of looks good. What else do I have? I'm afraid that if I keep this stuff out too long, my cat's gonna come and chew on it. Okay. Well, that's kind of pretty too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just glue this down first and then figure it out. Okay. I'm really interested in trying. Art Glitter Glue has their version of a like fabric glue, kind of their version of Fabri-Tac, but it's white like Art Glitter Glue, and it comes in these really cool bottles. What I love about these bottles is these fine tipped nozzles. So I think that would be better than this thing, which, I mean, it leaks out the side when I keep it upside down, and then when I do use it, I get a weird, glue bubble. Hey, it's my quilt. Oh, I can't wait till that's finished. You're on mute or something. We can't hear you. Unmute yourself.
Yeah.
There we
Unmute.
go. Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, yay.
can't see it very good, but yes, that's your woodland quilt. And it's on my portable design wall.
Oh, I love that.
So that needs to be quilted. And then here's the table runner that was supposed to be for Christmas for you, but that's the one with the gnomes on it.
Well, look at you ahead for next year.
Yeah, that's your next year's Christmas presents.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to wait because it'll probably take me till next year to get it finished.
That's fair.
I'm just
Did you
gonna
get your drink?
Oh, yes, I got my little, well, it's not bubbly, but yes, it's
What do you
right.
want?
We have a little glass.
Okay, well, cheers.
Cheers. Okay, what are you having?
My sparkling drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cheers. So good.
And I know Mona was working on the foundation paper piecing elephant. And I'll have to show you pictures of, I'll have to show you in her video how she's coming along with it.
Awesome. Mona, do you have regular YouTube videos that you post? I'd love to know because I definitely want, I'm definitely gonna follow you and see what you're up to.
Yeah, she does. She's got a YouTube channel called Mona Did What. Her name is Monica, I believe.
Okay.
And she does bags. She does all sorts of things. She did a whole series at Christmas time where she was making ornaments, I think. And I watched those videos. And
Cool.
craft stuff and everything. And yeah, she's never done paper piecing before. And they're making I think it's called Abstractions Elephant, if I'm correct.
Oh, I'd love to see that. I love elephants.
Yep. And I'm sure she's never paper pieced before. She's doing a fantastic job.
Wow.
Job. And
so what do you do with your scraps, Mona? Do you have somebody that you give them to? Do you use them up? I'm always interested in what people do because you guys have like good fabrics left over. Okay.
I'll be back again. I'm just going.
Oh, okay. Bye. Oh man, now I got glue goobies on my piece of fabric. So where is my little glue remover? Guess it's very hard. You find paper piecing hard, Mona? I can't really follow it in my brain. I struggle. I know my mom's showed me many times, but
Is that in
oh,
there?
is that another quilt?
Yeah, those are those two quilts I made from the pattern.
So your scraps get shoved in bins. Well, that's good that you're not just throwing them out because that would honestly break my heart. I know a lot of people who do that they just toss the fabrics that are left. Like, why would you do that? Okay. Well, I think that's kind of cute. I don't know. My lighting is weird. I don't understand it. You just started quilting last year. Wow. And you're taking on an elephant project. I'm in awe of that. Wow. I've sewn a few things, but not very good at it. I'm better at sewing on paper. Although I find paper is less forgiving if you make a mistake. Okay, do you want to do a journal card or something for this? It's got to be What did I put in there? I don't want to impede on the fold. I used to take to preschool. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, schools would love that, right? Definitely would love. I mean, schools are always in need of supplies. They never get enough for the kids that they have, I feel. All right. So, I was thinking of using this, but I think I'm just going to put a piece of coffee dyed paper in there for them to write on, but no, I don't know. I really like that paper though. Okay, so there's writing here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab some dyed paper. 1 second. It's not far behind me here. Joys of having a smaller craft space is you're never too far from everything you need. Okay, so this is some of my ink dyed papers. I think they turned out so well. I love the speckles on. Oh. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back. Oh, I know your papers are just amazing.
Yeah, they turned out really well.
I can't believe how you can make all that paper.
Okay.
The colors are beautiful.
What'd you have for supper tonight, Mom?
I didn't.
I didn't either. I came home from the memorial service and
Oh, I meant to ask you how there was that.
it was good. She was such a beautiful soul. So a friend of mine that I graduated from high school with, a couple days before Christmas or right around Christmas there, she had a brain aneurysm and then later had a stroke and passed away last Tuesday, just this last Tuesday. And she was only 46, like 45, 46. I thought it was too young. It's too young. And she had, a 23-year-old and then her daughter's graduating this year. My heart just broke. But it was kind of nice. It was at the Legion and they had, everyone was, having a beverage. I didn't, but having a beverage and visiting. And then they did a kind of like a little memorial video. And then everyone just kind of talked and drank and visited. And so it's very, very low key memorial. I was surprised that more of the high school graduates who still live in Strathmore didn't show up though. Like I thought there would have been.
Did she marry somebody from Strathmore?
I don't know. Like they married and then they split, but remained really good friends. So yeah.
And she passed away just before Christmas, I thought.
No, she had the aneurysm right before Christmas. And then a stroke. And because I think they were waiting for her to be more stable to do a stent or something. And then she had the stroke, I think. So
life support after?
What's that?
Was she on life support after?
I don't know. I didn't ask. This is just kind of what I've heard from the others. So I don't know. Sad. Just gone too soon.
Yeah. So now I'll take over your channel again.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to do a Zoom live like this and you can take over my channel.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I was the one that got Chala into her addiction. I'm just going to change the camera here again.
I don't like the word addiction. Can we say passion instead?
Yes. Okay, let's say passion. And anyway.
Addictions are bad things in my mind.
These are my cards that I make. And This is how I got started. I used to sew garments. I was a teacher, taught, words aren't coming to me.
Not sewing classes.
Yeah, I taught sewing classes working with knits. Yeah. This is a gift.
You were one of the very few certified stretch and sew consultants, weren't you?
Well, I was a certified stretch and sew. They had patterns years ago. And I was a certified instructor for the store. And actually I had taken more classes than the owner of the store.
That's funny.
But my sewing was I sewed out of necessity, remember?
Well, that's when it was cheaper to make clothes. Now
Yeah.
it's not. It's cheaper to
Yeah.
buy them. It's
So
ridiculous.
and that's why, like, I have a lot of poly cottons and that, because I used to make clothes, and 100% cotton years ago was a no because you had to press it. And back in those days, you didn't everything had to be ironed. It couldn't be wrinkled. Now everything doesn't matter. But and some of my other paper piecing projects that I've done is this one. This is a baby quilt. And those are all flying geese.
Those are the 1-inch pieces, aren't they?
No, the 1-inch is the dragon quilt I made for Bob, the bearded dragon. But no, the actually the flying geese are, let me just get a ruler here. Oh, this is the other thing that I got in the box, was a Creative Grids Perfect 5 ruler. I forgot about that. And these things are expensive in Canada. But anyway, the flying geese are 1.5 by 3/4. Those are all, just look at that. That's paper piecing, foundation paper piecing.
Beautiful.
And then I did one, and this is all out of poly cotton. These are the poly cottons that I had. And then this one is the other one. And this is a pattern by Yvette Renee. And because I belong to her group, we get FPP patterns. It's a monthly subscription to Piecing It Real, and the patterns we get for free because we pay.
Can you let people know what FPP is if they don't know what that is?
Yeah, it's foundation paper piecing. And that is what Mona's doing. And this I used really like thick batting. But this is all leftover fabrics from polycottons from
Making clothes.
yep, making clothes, and I made bags too, and simple bags. And so this is all leftover fabric that I had from there. And so now what was I doing?
Oh, you got me.
Yeah. But yes, all the fabrics, they're all, and even all the quilts I've made are from leftover fabrics from what you kids, clothes from what you kids wore that I made for
Okay,
you.
I need your help.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
On the
that's,
bottom, on the bottom
yeah,
or on the top?
bottom, I think.
Bottom?
Yes, I don't know what it is. I think it's,
More balanced.
yeah, about there. Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I don't know. Maybe ask Mona. Oh, she's sticking with us, I tell you.
No, way to go, Mona.
I'm sure that's Mona that's on there, but boy, is she ever a trooper hanging out with us.
Oh, we lost one.
They pop in and pop out.
Scare them away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like it there. I'm not sure though. But I think it's okay. I like that. Yeah, for some reason, looking at it through the camera, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let you talk for a bit. I'm just gonna my turn to leave for a second.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I have my fabrics and I got my labels on there, so I know that they're 65-35. And I have them all labeled. This is my A fabric. And this is the pattern that I am using. And so what I did at first was I printed the pattern in reverse, just on ordinary paper. And I colored in spots and I drew, picked out my colors first. And then I drew in, this is the star fabric. And this is my blue. And then my red. And the green. And I have a hard time with colors, so that's why I have to draw everything in. And then off to the side, what I did was my A fabric. I put a little label on it. This is just made from freezer paper. So that was my A fabric. My B fabric is this one. C fabric is red. And then D is the green. So I have those all labeled. And when I go to put my pieces together, I know what they're supposed to be. And on my little cheat sheet here, after printing it in reverse, I know that this is what it's going to look like when I've done this section here. And this block that I've made right here is 4 sections. So once I did that, and I have my fabrics and everything, then what I did was I took and printed out the pattern.
Mona wants to know, do you iron your fabric to freezer paper? I do instead of pins.
Yes, yep, everything, and I'll show you how. I've got a bunch of stuff here because I had made these ones. And freezer paper, you have to make sure again that it's plastic coated. Now, my freezer paper is brown, or sort of whatever. But after I have one in reverse, and then this one of these what I do is I print one out in reverse so I can get my placement for my fabric, so I know what it's going to look like when it's finished. And then I take the original pattern and I copied it onto freezer paper, and I copied it using my printer, an inkjet printer. I cut my papers into, because it comes on a big roll. And it's, this is the size. Well, and unbleached. But yes, you have to make sure that it says somewhere on there that it's plastic coated. And so then I cut mine into sheets, 8.5 by 11. And then I printed out my pattern pieces, because the way I do it, I don't sew through the paper. So one of these sections. I got some crappy ones here. And I always save in my little box, I save all my little cutoffs and everything. And I never throw freezer paper away. Here's my scraps of freezer paper. I use it for everything. I use it for wrapping around my thread to keep the threads from falling out all over the place. I use it for wrapping around my fat quarter bundles, and I just wrap it around and press it with the iron, and it keeps my fat quarter bundles all in one neat little thing. So after I've got all this part done, this I don't sew through, and I don't use that. This freezer paper, one of these I've designated to my cutting, and the other one I've designated for my stitching. Whenever you have a foundation paper piece pattern, you got to remember that the outside edges need 1/4 of an inch. Some of them have it and some of them don't. This one has it, but it's very hard to see. So then I did to get everything.
Sorry, just let you know here. Mona says she doesn't like sewing through paper. She is on her elephant, but we'll try not to on the next one.
I am with elephant, but we'll try. Yeah, and the thing is that I can use my freezer paper patterns over and over and over, as long as you only press them onto the fabric and not anything fluffy. And I'll show you in just a minute here. So now I'm just going to cut this out, and I have a paper cutter that I use. I am on blood thinners, and I only use my rotary cutter. A rotary cutter for cutting out fabrics, and I have to be very careful. So now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out around this square. Remember, this is my stitching pattern, and I'm leaving a little bit on all the sides. And it doesn't matter. It's going to be cut down again. So I just use my little cutter. And then you're going to think I'm really nuts when I go on to do the next step, but it's what I found easiest for me when I started paper piecing. So this is my stitching file. So I'll set that off to the side. And now this is my cutting. And I'm just going to draw. I forgot to draw the lines on there. And the reason I do it this way is because my brain sometimes doesn't work properly. So I need 1/4 of an inch on the outside. This part here doesn't really matter. And I have a pencil here someplace, or I did have. Oh, why is it that everything gets lost? And everything, have you noticed whenever you're doing something, everything has to be really close by?
Yeah, you end up working in a like 6-inch square.
Yeah. So I'm just going to draw that 1/4 inch off to the side. And then I'll cut it out the same way I did that. And then we're going to do my little tricky thing that I do to keep myself
On the straight and narrow.
Yep, on the straight and narrow. Okay, so now, before I cut that out, I'm going to okay, this is the reverse. This is the wrong side. So when I'm looking at this, whoop. Well, I confused myself, yes. Yeah, because this is the right side, so I want number 1, and I'm on the pattern that Mona's using, their sections are labeled with the alphabet. So she has a section that is an alphabet section. And hers would be number 7 or whatever. And then it would go by the alphabet A, B, C, D,
Oh, okay.
E, F, and G. And this whole section would be like, say, an A section, where this one is just in the reverse. So this is my section. It doesn't really matter. But now I'm looking at this, and this is the reverse. So I want to make sure that number 1 is A fabric. So I'll put an A there. B is going to be, or number 2 is going to be my B fabric. 3 is my C. 4 is my B fabric, because it's the print. So that's B. And then this is going to be B. And this is going to be B. And the green is going to be D. So I know where my pieces or what fabrics I'm using. So if I change fabrics, all I have to do is make another little diagram and color in however I want it. So now this is the wrong side. I'm going to cut this out. I'll move that stuff out of the way. So now I'm just cutting about 1/8 of an inch away from that outside edge, so I can still see my cutting line. So I call this my cutting pattern, and the other one is my stitching pattern. And I'll be able to use just one printout of this to do all 4 squares and probably more. So now what I'm going to do with this one is I am going to take this copy, and now I'm going to start with the largest number. On mine, it's number 7. So I'm going to cut my pattern apart. I'm going to start with number 7. And cut right along where you would do the stitching. So the next one is 6. And you could use a rotary cutter, but I'm using my cutting
Paper trimmer.
Paper trimmer, right. And then I am going to do 5. Cut that apart, little tiny piece, but we'll work with that. It will come in handy.
I can't measure with shit today.
Oh, you said the bad word.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm an adult, I'm allowed.
Okay, so, and it does make a difference. You have to cut from the highest to the lowest number.
Yeah, see, this is where you get me all confused. The whole paper piecing thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I wasn't happy with my results when I started sewing.
Mhm.
Well, quilting especially. When you're making garments, it's much easier to fudge things. but with paper piecing or with quilting, your accuracy is what really makes the difference. So now that I have these pieces, I am going to look at my little chart, and it's going to tell me A is blue, or actually 1 is blue. So I'm going to find 1, and I'm just going to take it and set it with my A fabric. And oops, my iron shut off. So I'll set it with that. So 1 is blue. That's my A fabric. Number 2 is my B is my star fabric. So that's going to go with that one. And then C is my red fabric. Okay. And then I have,
Oh, wow. Mona used to sew costumes and clothes. Like wow. Patience with you guys.
I know. She makes beautiful bags. So now number 4 is my B fabric. So I'll set that with that one. So I have section 2 is B and section 4 is B. 5 is green. So I'm going to set that there. And my iron is just heating up. And then 6 and 7 are both from my star prints. So I'll set those aside. And now, because it's freezer paper and I can iron it on there, while I'm getting things ready, I'm just going to press that on there because I have some scraps that I'm going to try and find my pieces. So
Oh,
D.
we've got Yo Patty G joining us.
Oh, hey, Patty. Glad you found us. Okay, so there's my D. I'm just pressing it on here. I'll take it off after. It's just I'm pressing my pieces down. So when I go to do the next step, I'm not losing my...
Mind, do you want me to finish your sentence for you? I can throw anything in there that you might be losing.
That's why I need somebody in if I'm going to do it live. And so then here's my B's.
Double D's?
B's, dear.
Oh, B's.
B's.
You know what Ard would say if it was D's.
No. I don't know, but
Right.
I'm about to find out.
It's a 14-year-old boy thing. I won't say it.
Right. Okay, so now from this fabric, I need these pieces, and I have to remember that they need seam allowance along the outside edge. And I think I have to use this for some of them. And then I'll find my bag that has my scraps in it. And I'll see if I have anything that's going to work for that.
Yo Patty G says, I'm glad I found you. Very interesting way of doing FPP.
Yes. That's why I say that FPP does not have to waste fabric. And
But
that,
if it does, just give it to me. And
yep, well, you've got all my scrap cutoffs.
yeah.
Now, the next thing that I have to remember, and I have to talk myself through this all the time. So I need all these pieces cut out of this bee fabric. And so I want to cut everything out with the wrong side of my fabric facing me. And this part is easy because it's the sticky part that goes down so I can read it. So this piece is going to be big enough. Now, I just take a guess. So I have seam allowance all the way around, and because I'm using scraps, I'm not going to worry too much on this one. If I was using from yardage, then I'd place them out and everything, but I need 4 of these pieces. So I'm going to put 4 on there and circle it. And then I'm just going to press that down. I've left 1/4 of an inch around everything. They say to leave 1/2 an inch, but that is wasting fabric on the way I do it. I have cut 3/8 of an inch and I'm wasting fabric. And I have lowered, because I'm working with 65 poly, 35 cotton, I've lowered the heat on my iron. And I'm just ironing that piece on. Stuck on there. So now if I lose it, I can know that my piece is on there. I'll need 4 of them, but I'll just work with one section. If we get run short of time, or if you get bored and want to stop, just let me know and I'll try to do a live on this. So now I need, if I was making 1, I'd cut 1. Now this isn't going to be big enough. Oh no, I need a bigger scrap. And this is not going to fit on because it doesn't have, well, it does have seam allowance, but it's going to be tight. I want to make sure I have. That might work, but I'm not going to take the chance. We'll use those for something else. I don't like cutting big pieces. Okay, those are all going to be too small, so I'll have to go to my bigger piece. Ooh, there's a piece. That might work for this. By George, it does. 1/4, and I have my seam allowance there, so I don't have to worry about that edge. I just have to make sure I have there. Wrong side of fabric facing me. And I'll put that down like that. And I'll press it on. And then, so now I've got to make 1. I have that piece cut. This one, which is B, I need 4 of them. So I'll put 4 in the circle. I've got 1 cut enough to do 1 section. Here is my B. And I can iron that on there. Wrong side of fabric facing me. Sticky side down. I'm really taking over your channel tonight. Oh,
Yeah, I kind of noticed that. I was like, well, I'll just read the comments for you.
I'm watching you every once in a while.
Oh, well, that's nice. I'm just doing the same thing that I did on the first one I made. So
yeah. And the thing is that the way this goes is that you're not cutting like a square out and then wasting that and it not fitting. So the wrong side of my fabric is up. Now I need to leave, this has already got a 1/4 of an inch. So now this one, I have to put it on. That's not going to fit on there. But if you,
Mona said she's watching us both too. Thanks, Mona.
she's a trooper, I tell you.
Right?
We're going to have to give her a shout out. Now, this one's not going to work because it has to go sticky side down on the wrong side. So that one's not going to work for that. But I'll save it for another one. So I'll find another. Oh, I had some scraps there. I'm going to see if that will fit on one. Oh, perfect. And remember, I never throw away any little pieces of like this, because then if Chala doesn't use them, or I will press them onto something and I've made cards out of the fabric, I'll use them in a card. So I only need one of these. Oh, I forgot to put that on there. I only need one of these and one of these. And that's just to make the one section. So now I'll take this wrong side up, my paper on there. I'm having fun. Are you having fun?
Whee!
Oh, you've got, I was wondering what the heck, you're showing two of me, but you know, you've got the exact same paper cutter I do.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one.
Yipper. So now here are my pieces. And what I can do now is I will put those into my little bin, and then I'll throw everything in there, and then I sort it out after. Now I want a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. So what I'm going to do is just lay that down, take my ruler, and line up my 1/4 inch mark, and that 1/4 inch mark there, that's lining up with that. I've left myself a little bit on the edges, and I'm just going to move this over just a little tiny bit, about a 1/16 of an inch. Get my rotary cutter.
Hey, I can tell you what a 1/16 of an inch is now since I printed this little bad boy off. I'm all about the, a half and a tick.
I am surprised that you didn't know that.
No, because we learned centimeters and millimeters.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So this color is, I've got 1/4 of an inch on that side. I've left myself a little bit. And now I'm going to just line that 1/4 inch up with that stitching line, and I'm going to move her over just about a 1/16 of an inch, and that's all I need.
Just a 1/16 of an inch.
So now the other pieces will take no time at all to cut out. And where did I put them? On the fabric. Where did I put them?
Hello, Sandra K.
Oh, hi, Sandra. Wow.
Thank you for joining Shirley's Aroundtoit channel.
I've taken over my daughter's channel. Oh, that's terrible. That's okay. She owes me big time. She's using my car.
Okay, let's not. The mom-mobile broke down. It was very sad. It was a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah. So now out of my C fabric, I just need this one piece to make one little section. So now where did I put my little bag?
I wasn't watching, sorry.
Well, you're supposed to be. Here's my little bag of scraps. So I'm going to find, that one's not big enough, but this one is.
If anyone cares what I'm doing over here. Just kidding.
Yeah, actually, Shala and I been doing this on Saturday nights. We call it, I don't know, what do you call it?
Cocktails and crafts.
Cocktails and crafts, yes. And so anyway,
Words are hard for you today. Holy.
well, I'm thinking about what I'm doing, and
Oh.
anyway, Shala and I've done a couple of these, and she does it on her channel. And so I am going to hopefully do a Zoom live YouTube the same way, and then I'll invite Shala to come on, and then she can
And
take.
then I'll take over her channel.
Okay, so
Carry on. Carry on.
Shush. Okay, Shala is my daughter, by the way.
Can't prove it.
Okay, bring the camera up. No, can you change your camera? No, that's okay. We'll show them later. Anyway, so I'm going to take this piece, and I only need one of those. So I'm going to put the number 1. This
Sorry,
one.
1 second. Sandra K says she had to quit FPP. It gave her a headache. You know, I'm with you, Sandra. All this is mumbo jumbo to me, but Mom has a really different way of doing it, I think, than everybody else. So that the way she does it actually kind of makes sense to me, which is odd because I'm not that bright. But yeah, watch what she does, and maybe it just interest you in getting back into it.
Yeah. See, and I don't waste fabric, and I don't waste fabric, and I have everything organized. I'm in the process right now of cutting out my fabrics. I have them labeled. I am a freezer paper junkie. So what I'm doing now is, and if I will show you, we'll refer back to the block that I'm making. So my C piece, this is just for one of these blocks right here. So this piece doesn't have any seam allowances on it. So I'm going to take that piece and lay it down. It's not going to fit this way, so I'll have to put it this way. And I only need one of those for making, no, I need 4 of those. And I put 1 on these, see? I need 4 of those, 4 of those, and 4 of those, see?
I see.
4, 4, yeah. So now on that one, I'm going to take my little mini iron, and I'm going to place it on just so I have enough on the outside edge, 1/4 of an inch. That's all I need. If you want to leave about 3/8 of an inch, but on my way of doing it, you only need about 3/8 of an inch on all sides. They say 1/2 an inch, but that's just totally stupid.
Now, calm down.
You waste too much fabric. So now to stop wasting fabric, I will need 4 of these, but I'm only going to cut 1 right now. You would cut 4. Remember, if you're working with a print, you want the wrong side of the path or fabric facing up. So now on all of these sides, I'm just going to leave about 3/8 of an inch. So cut that off. I'm so glad that Shala invited me to her Zoom.
Oh, thank you. Isn't it pretty? It's a digital kit that I got off of Etsy before my don't buy anything for a year started. Yeah, it's gonna be fun in this journal. See, someone wants to hear about my journal.
Yeah. Okay.
Carry on.
Okay. So for that piece, that's all I need. So I'll set that aside. I will need 4 to complete the whole thing. this little piece here, remember, I don't throw anything away because it goes into my little bin. And I'll cut this off because I won't probably use that for anything, and I'll put it in my scrap bin. So now then the next one is, okay, I've done C. So I can set that aside. And the last two are only one piece. So now how many of those do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4 to make the exact block. So
Just
I'm
paying attention. 4.
Yeah, 4. Now, where's my bag for the blue? Do I not have one? Oh, I know I've got blue, but what did I do with it? Okay, well, the green isn't there either. What did I do with? Oh, here they are. Here's my green scraps. And I need my blue scraps. Okay. I seem to have misplaced them.
Did you lift up your piece, the board that you have?
No, it's not under there. The scraps are always in a little bag like this.
Oh, okay. She even organizes her scraps. I really, honestly, did I come from you?
I found the blue. There it is. So from my blue, set that right there. From my blue, I need 4 of those. So I'm going to check in my little scraps first. And look, I've got little pieces I can use. I do not cut my scraps down to any size because I do the FPP that I do the FPP, and I can use tons of, or use it for whatever. So I'm just pressing that down. And now I'm going to take my number 4 piece, and it's going to fit on like this. There's a 1/4 of an inch there, so I'll just leave a little bit extra. There's a 1/4 of an inch there, and I'll cut it off there. But for now, I'll just press it onto that. And take my ruler, which, oh my goodness sakes, it's probably sitting right in front of me.
It's kind of struggling with a piece of paper here that won't glue down properly. Yikes.
Oh, I love that.
This seahorse.
Horse. Thank you.
I feel like I'm your translator now.
Yes, you have to translate for me. That's why I can't do. Oh, there it is. See? I need somebody to keep me on the straight and narrow. Okay.
Right.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love the one on your left there too.
This?
Yes.
Yeah, this is going to be the flap for
To the top of it?
this. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to flap up like that. Flippy flappy.
Fantastic. And I think if I'm not mistaken, Sandra does, I'm not sure if it's journaling but or card making.
I'm a paper friend.
Yes, I think everybody does paper crafts to some extent, some of them. Okay, so now I've left a 1/4 of an inch there. I've got a 1/4 of an inch there. Now all I need is a 1/4 of an inch. I'll line that ruler up and I'll move it over slightly to about a 1/16 of an inch. And this piece is going to fit perfectly. So now I can throw that off to the side and lose it. And then the last one is my D fabric, piece number 5.
Scrapbooking.
Hmm?
Sandra does cards and scrapbooking.
Okay, yep. See, I remember things. Yes.
I was a design team member for a Canadian craft company here called Scrap and Stamp Canada. And I did that for how many years was that? 2 or 3?
No, I think it was about 4 years.
Really? I don't think it was that long, but yeah, it was a lot of fun to be part of a design team and do cards, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I have a ton of supplies too, which is nice because I can still use them in my
Yeah, we'll show them your room after.
yeah.
That'll make them stay till the end, right? Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, hold on.
So now actually this piece here, this piece, I don't need to use my big pieces. I can use this small one. And actually, I think it will fit on this. Is this one or two? It's 2. Yes, it'll fit on that one. Okay. Now, because I've cut that out of my cutting pattern, I know all I have to do is add my 1/4 of an inch. I'll cut 2 out of this. But 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. I can press that down on my design board. My design boards are made out of artist canvas. They're the ones from Michael's, the skinny ones.
Looky here.
Oh, that's mine.
It was yours.
It was.
You said I could use it.
Okay, I am just about done with the fabrics.
Awesome. Well, it is, I'll just let you know the time. It is 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So I don't know how long you want to go for.
I don't know how long do you want to stay on for?
Hey, I'm here all night. Try the veal.
Okay, we're staying as long as, we're gonna keep these ladies up late. They can leave whenever they want.
Well, we're not holding them hostage. Not yet anyways.
Nope, not yet.
Hey, what do you think of this black lace with this? Because I mismeasured apparently. And now I need to, I love that you bundled these so cutely, but it's really bugging me.
I'll give you some freezer paper.
Ooh.
And wrap that around with freezer paper instead of Scotch tape and paper.
Right? Well, why didn't you do it like that in the first place?
Because I didn't know about the freezer paper.
Okay, well, I'll let it go this time. What do you think of this? Oh, shoot, hang on.
It's up against the block, yeah. Put it on there.
Okay. So to fix my boo-boo, I'm just gonna add a little bit of lace.
Oh, that looks nice. What do you ladies think?
Let me know in the chat below. I think it's kind of pretty.
I like that.
And then I got to decide if I'm just going to do it on one side or if I should do it on.
I'll just wrap it around and see. Let's take a look at that and see what we need. I remember you did that one with the brown lace like that.
Oh, the owl, the journal. Yeah. I think I just like it on this side.
Yeah. So if anybody's in the chat, tell us what you think. What do you have? Any other colors?
Well, I don't think I really have a blue that goes. Mona says she likes the lace. Patty says she likes the lace. I have this, but I think it's too big. It's not it. The color looks really weird on the camera, but
yeah,
I think I'll go with black.
Yeah, yeah, the black. I think.
Okay.
Yep, I like that.
Yep. Thanks, ladies.
We need all the help we can get here tonight.
Oh, and then some.
And some.
The beginning of this video was
we had a discussion, didn't we? Okay. At least the stream is going good. It's not, yeah, it's not screwing up on us. Pardon my language.
Mona agreed with us with the black lace.
Yep. Thanks, Mona. Appreciate that. And we, if Sandra's still here or whoever's here, this is called See, I forgot it again. Cocktails and
Cocktails and crafts.
crafts. Okay.
But really, I think we should just change it to my channel name, Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Because we have a lot of chaos here.
Cocktails is just a little bit too much, eh?
Well, I mean, I've added my cocktail and it's kicked in, so it's all good.
Okay. So now I have my fabrics cut. And the next step is, what I do, this is my piecing, my stitching pattern. And so on my stitching pattern, I am going to use just a piece of plastic card, whatever. I use a really thin piece. This is grid plastic you buy it in sheets, and I just happen to have some of them from my garment sewing days.
You can also like photocopy onto or print out grid paper onto
yeah, I have
one of
that.
those laminating sheets or whatever.
Oh yeah, and I really don't need the grids on it. It's just that this was thin enough for me that I could use it and place it down and line it up and everything. But I did find that my one paper cutter has a scoring blade.
Oh.
And all I need is something. I thought if I scored that with this blade, and it's just because I have it, you don't need to, but I'm going to try that and see if that works.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the largest number. This is 7. And all I'm going to do is line that up along that stitching line. And I do all this preparation before I do it, before I start piecing. And then 6 is over here. And so I'm just counting down backwards the same way as I cut out my pieces for my fabric. And what am I doing here? When I first started out with this, it took me a while, but once you get your pieces in this, the blocks go together so beautifully.
Hey, I'm on the struggle bus over here. I got my optometrist just gave me multifocal contact lenses.
Oh, you're kidding. Did you get that?
Yeah, and I'm wearing them, and my depth perception is off because I think what he did is he corrected one eye for distance and one eye for near.
Sometimes.
And yeah, I'm struggling to get my depth perception to go here. Can't get it in.
I shouldn't. Do you need to? No.
No, I think. Did you freeze, Mother? No, Mother.
Yeah, I thought you froze.
No.
Okay, so now I'm folding on the line here 5, and now they'll do 4 and 3 and 2. So there it is, folded. And if I wasn't yapping so much, this wouldn't take that much time. I can do it in a couple of minutes, but I'm watching the chat and watching you, and
well, if a girl could get a word in edgewise.
Yeah. Just remember, mother knows best.
Mother knows best.
And what does Chala say to mother?
Yes, mother dearest.
Yes, mother dear.
Mother dear.
And so there's that one. And then the last.
That's what I say to your face. And then like, I'm kidding.
I know what you say behind my back. Don't worry.
I don't say anything bad anymore. I might have when I was younger, but
Yeah. My girls, I have an older daughter as well. She's what, 3 years older than you, 2 years older? And
4 years. Yeah.
yeah, three, I think 3 or something.
Let's go with
Yeah, we'll go with 3. Anyway, the two of them got into a fight, and the oldest one was selling Cutco knives. She had a part-time job selling Cutco knives. And so the two of them got into a fight. And so I had the Cutco knives in the drawer. And I came into the kitchen, grabbed a Cutco knife, and then I grabbed another knife. And I mean, they were sharp knives and big ones. And so I told the two of them to come into the kitchen.
mine wasn't sharp. It was old and
I think it was serrated. But those are the best kind if you're going to cause damage. So anyway, I took and I handed my oldest daughter the Cutco knife, and then I handed Chala the other knife, and I said to them out on the front lawn, and I said, "Winner, come back, please." And then it was like they put the knives down and said, "Mom," and it was like, well, if you're going to fight, you know, going to kill each other, you might as well do it. Winner, come in. I know that was awful.
well, let's just make sure that everybody knows that I am an adult now. Social services did not take us away. We were fine.
Yep. Okay, so I have everything ready. I can start piecing this. And this is how I would do it. I would have everything laid out. I'll lay it out on my board. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my number 1, and I'll put it face down. Number 2. Where's number 2? Number 2 face down. 3, 4. I can count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
6 and 7. So now when I go to the sewing machine, what I will do is I will take my number 1 piece and I will place it on the wrong side. Number 1 is here. This is where it has to fit. Remember, I put the wrong side of the fabric up. So I want the wrong side. I want this piece to go. Let's put it this way so you can see. The number 1 is like that. Wrong side of the fabric is up. Sticky side is here, and that's only for your first piece. So I'll take this off, set that to the side. I will place this on, making sure I've got 1/4 of an inch and a little bit of fabric on all sides. And this is where a piece of, hold on to that for a second. This is just, there's 2 different kinds. It's just a Teflon pressing sheet. And then this is a baking sheet that, as you notice, I cut into it and I shouldn't have. But I have another little piece here. It comes in a roll. You can buy them at the dollar store or whatever. This one is a more expensive one. You buy that at craft stores or whatever, and you'll pay a fortune. These ones are just baking sheets and they work perfectly fine. And the only reason I'm using that is so that this sticky area on the back of my paper piecing, my paper, doesn't stick to here and lose its stickiness. So I'll place that down. I have lots left on both sides. And now I'm just going to take my little mini iron and I'm just going to press that down. And this is the way it goes together. So then what I'll do, my next piece is number 2, but I want to fold this back along that line. My fabric is stuck, so I'm just pulling it out. And I want to leave a 1/4 of an inch between 1 and 2 for my seam line. And if you have an add a 1/4 ruler, you can use it. It's not necessary. I'm going to use this Creative Grids. And I'm going to line up the 1/4 inch mark along the edge of the folded paper and trim that off so I have a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. What comes after 1, 2? You catch it on here.
Woo,
You're supposed to
I
learn.
know math. You know how I feel about math and numbers.
It's easy, 1, 2, 3. And again, if you were using a different pattern and the whole section was 7 and it went A, B, C, then you do A and then B. So now that is in place. It's not going anywhere.
You see, now you've added letters. It's just algebra.
So now I'm going to take my number 2 piece. And I know when I cut my little 2 piece out, I left a 1/4 of an inch. So now I'm going to fold this back and I'm going to place my piece so that it looks exactly like that. If you wanted to, this is the stitching side, you could cut this down to a 1/4 of an inch. And then that's why I'm saying you don't need all this extra fabric on there. I just cut it a little bit. I mean, look at that waist. I mean, that's not wasting. So now those pieces, I look at this and this is how it's supposed to go. That's exactly the way it is. So I'll flip this over, make sure that this is the side I'm using, place this on, line it up, and I know this is a 1/4 of an inch, or did I do that wrong? Just a minute. I think I screwed up. Okay, yeah. So if I ever get messed up and can't remember, I just put it like that. Wrong side up, right sides together. And right here, I can see my stitching line, and that's going to line up right there. I'll take this little piece off. It's in the right position. I don't have to pin it or anything. By folding it back, I can now stitch right along that line. I can see that my piece hasn't shifted because it's together. I can see it when I take it to the sewing machine. If I had to put it like this, pin it and then take it to the sewing machine, the underneath piece could shift. She talks a lot. Well, I'm gonna need a whiteboard next one, dear.
You weren't supposed to see that.
I've been watching you. Oh, we love each other, don't we? Anyway, now I'm going to stitch right along there. I don't have to worry about trying to start right there and back stitching or anything. I can stitch it together the same way you would any other pattern or any other 2 pieces together. And I don't have any thread in my machine. We might have to call it a night.
Oh my goodness. You
Yeah.
don't have any more thread in your machine.
Yeah, no, I just didn't fill it up with thread. I don't know. I'm crafting through the chaos of life. Yeah.
You keep going.
Keep going.
Yep.
Do you guys still want to watch me do this and watch her? Please help. Oh, you ought to see us sometimes.
I like it when we're out in public.
Oh, God.
You love my Quasimodo.
Oh, my. Or like what I did with your dad.
Why are you following me?
I used to walk fast before we were married. My husband and I, we were just dating. And so I walked fast. And my husband at the time, was, anyway, we're walking down the street. I think it was at Christmas time, buying gifts and everything. And he was in behind me and I was walking ahead of him. And so on the street in front of, I think it was in Regina, Saskatchewan, in front of Sears, the old Sears building. And I was walking and I ahead of him and I kept turning around. And so in the middle of the street, turn around and I said, "Are you following me? Are you following me?" We walked a little ways, turned around. "Are you following me? Are you following me?" So right on the street, he stopped, put his hands on his hips, and he said, hollered out, $40, are you crazy?
Payback.
He never walked in front of him again.
Well, when Gary and I first got together, so my husband, Gary, is 7 years older than me. It's less creepy now that we're older, but so we met when I was 24?
Yep.
I was 24, and we went to a pool hall, and he goes up to get us a beer, and he says, "Well, I'll take 2 beers." And then she said, "Well, I'd like to see your little friend's ID." And then I just scream out, "Daddy, Daddy, you shouldn't buy me booze." Or when we went to, it was Valentine's Day dinner, and he had surprised me. We went to the Sheraton and he had surprised me. He got a room there. And so he was sneaking bags into the room while I was at the restaurant downstairs. And the waitress comes up and says, "Would you like to order drinks or do you want to wait for your husband?" And I screamed out, "Oh my God, is he here?" Her face just dropped. Like,
So, and Patty G says, when my daughter and I go out in public, I channel my inner
Medea, love it.
Personality. She will walk away from me. It's so funny.
Oh my God, Patty, I want to go shopping with you. Can I go shopping with you?
I can't leave. I have a leash on her.
Oh, yeah. It's not as bad as when you had to tie the pork chop around my neck so the dog would play with me. 7 years is not creepy. My parents were 17 years apart. Oh my goodness, unique whimsy. I think I could honestly get you beat. My grandmother, who lived so this is on my dad's side, she lived to the amazing age of 108 years old, but she married her first cousin. So like our family tree has no branches on one side, but yeah, back in that day, it wasn't frowned upon to marry a relative. So yeah.
No branch, and the leaves all fell off.
What's that?
I said the family tree has no branches, and what was left.
Oh, the leaves fell off. Yeah, completely.
Oh yes, we're quite the group.
My grandma was 8 years older than my grandpa. Wow, you go, girl. I should have gone younger, not older.
Oh,
yeah, first cousin. We don't play banjos, so it's okay. We all turned out fairly well. I mean, I have a tick, but
so unique whimsy.
yes.
That's where you're from. That would be nice.
Where are you from? What's your craft? What's your art? And if you're having a beverage with us, what you're drinking? I gotta turn my heater off. My contacts are drying up in my eyeball.
Okay,
Oh,
so I did put thread in my sewing machine. Does
okay, so Patty shares last week we were at a thrift store and there was a wooden podium and Medea came out. I was preaching to everyone, hallelujah. Oh my God, Patty, you're one of my kind. I love you.
oh, we got a group going now. Anybody want to see me carry on with this?
Coke, no rum tonight.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Shall we carry on?
Carry on my way.
Okay. So I have my two pieces together. This is where I left off.
Wait, no, I have another story.
Do? Okay.
Yeah, the Patty's hallelujah reminded me of the Christmas Eve I went to midnight mass with Art.
Mm-hmm.
And I was singing away, and I'm apparently a terrible singer because the little old lady in front of me turned around and she said to me, "It's okay, honey, you can just mouth the words." That's how bad I am. Oh, okay. Unique Whimsy. Yes, San Francisco. I make everything: junk journals, jewelry, fine art, crochet, sew bags, and accessories. That is us as well, Unique Whimsy. I am mostly into journals, but I have done everything underneath the sun. And my mom is mainly into sewing, but she also has an amazing granny slipper knitting video on her channel, Aroundtoit. So yeah, we dabble in everything. I like mixed media as well. So yeah.
Awesome.
And she was drinking coffee.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now I have, if everybody's still with me here, I have my
Shirley takes the floor yet again.
sign again. Anyway, so now all I'm going to do is just stitch down right up against the edge of the paper. And I'm going to change my foot to a stitch in the ditch foot, which
Say it again.
stitch in the ditch foot.
I don't know why that cracks me up every time you say it.
Stitch in the ditch.
Doesn't it?
So my little foot here has that little guide thing in the center, and that's what I use.
So sorry, Unique Whimsy. My mom is paper piecing a quilt. And I was trying to figure out, we actually did a video together where we made fabric flips, but put pockets in them so that you could store stuff in there as well. And I'm trying to figure out how we can incorporate paper piecing into our journal making. So yeah, she's trying to put together blocks for a quilt.
And if
foundation paper piecing block.
Yeah, and I think you did use some of my piecing pieces for one of your journals. But anyway, this is the block I'm making. It's in 4 sections. And I'm just making one piece, and hopefully we'll get that through that tonight, as long as my daughter just lets me talk away and doesn't bother me.
Red.
Okay.
Hear you.
Okay, so there is my foot, and I'm going to line it up so that that little mark just goes right along there. And I will do that. And while I'm doing that, so I don't bother anybody with the noise of my sewing machine, and all I'm doing is a 2.0 stitch length. I don't need anything smaller than that because of the simple fact that I'm not tearing out the papers. So when I take this to the sewing machine, I know that my edges are lined up. And I'll just stitch right along there. If I stitch through the paper, I would have to start stitching right there and then stitch over here. I could stitch off the end. But this way, I just start on the edge, so right off. Okay, this is like a tutorial. Just remember, if your video gets lots of views, I get some of the revenue from it.
I don't make any revenue.
I didn't mute myself. Wow.
But so you just thought you were talking to yourself right now?
No, I thought I was talking to everybody, and then I thought, oh my goodness sakes, I'm muted, but I forgot to mute myself. Okay. I'm turning my threads now. I would show you how to do the stitching, but that's, you know. So there it is.
Pretty.
Stitched down. Now I'm going to fold it back like this. And I'm going to use what Stephanie stitches. That's one of my pieces.
No, well, yeah, that and then this.
Yeah.
But this is the fabric flip with pockets that we made. So you
Yeah.
can take a little tag in here.
In it.
And then the little zipper. I made this one.
Oh. What fabric is that?
It's fabric I brought over.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right.
And this is what I do with all her scraps, is I make little fabric flips and they'll go on a page of a journal, glue it down, and then you can flip it up and write, and then you can put that down. Okay, carry on.
Unique Whimsy, she does a little quilting for baby blankets and bags. Awesome.
Cool.
Actually, is it okay if I just call you Whimsy? We are located in Canada, in Calgary, Alberta. EPP, not French, not English. Oh,
I'm not sure.
sorry, that's my fault. I'm supposed to be keeping an eye on. Oh, she's from San Francisco.
One of my bucket places. Oh,
Okay.
Carla. Then we can call Unique Whimsy Carla because that's her name.
Oh, Carla. Okay, awesome. Foundation paper piecing is what I'm doing. Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This has been fun.
Sorry, I'm not keeping my mind on what I'm doing, but it's too much fun talking to people.
So because I keep you locked away, I steal your car and keep you locked away.
Yeah, it's like, God. Oh, I got my blood work back from yesterday.
Oh, are you pregnant?
No. Oh, girl.
I'll take that as a no. Okay.
So no. At my age, no. Anyway, it was 2.1. So it's not quite where they wanted. They wanted about 2.5.
Yeah, well.
Now, can I finish what I was doing?
Yes, dear. But I just want you to know that Patty likes the flip pages. She thinks they look cool.
Oh, awesome. I know. There's so much you can do with leftover fabric. I mean, you don't have to throw it away. Okay, so now I have my piece sewn on, and now I'm just going to use a little bit of what Stephanie stitches them called magic juice. It's the precision piecing easy press fabric treatment, and I just put mine in a water brush because I think it works better. Now what are you doing?
Carla asks, did you two always get along so well?
You kidding? No way. You have to watch the video again, and I don't know whether you were on when I told her and her sister, gave them two great big knives and told them to go out on the front lawn and whether come back in.
Yeah, no, but
Well, we did.
no, we did not get along when I was younger, like in my, I'd say my teen years. Well, yeah.
I hauled her at a Dairy Queen one time all in front of her friends because she didn't come home from school. And I was upset because I didn't know where she was. She didn't come home from school right after school. And I didn't know where she was. And of course, I was worried. So I got in the car and I drove around and I went to the local, what was it, the 7-Eleven, which had a Dairy Queen in it? No,
No, the Dairy Queen.
yeah, the Dairy Queen. And um, hauled her butt out of the Dairy Queen. And, you know, if she would have told me she was going to go to Dairy Queen, I would have said no, and there would have been, but no. I was just worried, you know, when you live in a city and you worry, parents worry. I still worry.
Well, I have to say, if the worst thing that you had to worry about me with was me going to Dairy Queen, I mean, you got off pretty easy, but I did get back at her. We ended up moving from Regina to Calgary, or to, well, Strathmore actually. And so just to piss her off, I got a job at Dairy Queen.
Not nice.
So I'm like, try and haul my ass out now. I'm making money. Good times.
No, we did not get along like this. She threatened me with an old folks home. And I was young.
This is what I don't understand. I am literally dreaming of an old folks home. People are going to take care of me. Maybe not well, but whatever. I mean, that's no different than how my kids treat me right now. But they'll cook for me. They have activities like Jello. I mean, what's bad about this?
All the, hey, see, look at that.
Carla, what are you doing to me? All bad kids hanging out at the Dairy Queen.
Carla says all the bad kids hang out at Dairy Queen. See, I was right all along to take you out of there.
Right?
I have, you know, I really don't want to be finishing this, but anyway, I have put some magic juice on there. I'm just going to fold this back and then I'll just place that on there so my iron doesn't get on that. And then I'm just going to.
Who says magic juice?
What's that?
I'm just killing myself with magic juice. It just, yeah, sorry.
And, yeah, the only reason I'm putting this down here is just so that my iron doesn't stick to the plastic. So now, and that's the way I do it is like I can get lost and I can go do something and I can always come back. They don't love you at the old folks' homes. Better to be with your family, depending on your family.
No, old folks home is definitely the way to go.
I like Carla. I think she's got it down pat. Can I tell you to listen to Carla? Don't put me in an old folks home.
Okay, you can come live here and I'll live in an old folks home. And then you'll figure out that it's probably much better than an old folks home.
Yeah, I know. I've lived with you for a while. Anyway.
Oh, snap. That hurt.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so now where was I?
I don't know to tell you the truth.
I do, because I have everything labeled and in order. I know that I have piece 1 and 2 on. I need piece 3, and there it is right there. So all I have to do now is just move this to the side. Fold that back along the line.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mona, that you had that experience. I don't know. I think we must be really lucky here in Canada. Most of our you know, elder care homes or whatever, they're actually really nice. Like they're kind of posh. And I used to volunteer at some, and I have to say, thankfully, the staff has always been really, really good to all the residents that I saw. Carla says, my mom passed away when I was 19. She was 47. I would love to take care of her. if she was alive. Oh, I'll adopt your mom if she wants to live in San Francisco. Oh, yes, I'm willing to share my mom. Absolutely. You weren't here earlier, but I'm 46, and I today just got back from memorial from a girlfriend of mine that I went to high school with. She right at Christmas had a brain aneurysm and then a stroke, and she passed away. So sad. And I couldn't imagine losing your mom at such a young age. And what, my dad was only 56 when he passed away. So yeah, it's I feel for you.
At 55. Yeah. It's bad. And Carla, Shala, I
Yes.
have place to go. See, she'll take me.
Okay. You don't know what you're getting yourself into, Carla. Just saying.
I'd love to go to the States.
Well, get your passport. I've been telling you, get your passport.
Like what
Good
they
night, Mona. Thanks so much for coming by and hanging out with us. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, and Mona, I'll finish up my paper piecing and show you a little bit more in another video. And thanks for coming, fat guys.
Okay, I need something else behind this guy. Oh, thanks, Carla. Yeah, it was tough.
And yeah, and gosh, Sandra's still here?
Sandra's here. She's a trooper too.
Good grief. Okay. Now where was I? Okay, 1, 2, I was putting on piece 3. So I've got my piece 3. Turn that over. And that's why I like this way of doing this paper piecing, is because I don't get confused. I can do this and not lose my place. I have everything lined up and it's ready to go. So now I'll trim that 1/4 inch seam allowance. Okay. So now which way does this go? I'm going to flip my paper back. There's number 3. There's number 3. Wrong side of my fabric up. Wrong side of my fabric up. Flip this over. Line it up. And then the only thing I have to make sure of is that I have a 1/4 inch. And I look here and I can see my red fabric, and there's the stitching line that I'm going to be using. And there's the stitching line. So I can just peek underneath here and say, okay, I can move this just a little tiny bit to the left. And there we go. And now all I'm going to do is just stitch right down that line. And probably, Shala, you probably know too that a lot of times it's the preparation and getting things all ready and lined up that takes more time. Is that
like in terms of what though?
We'll say if you're going to make a video or you're planning to do something, you get all your supplies out first.
Yeah, no, I just I wing it. Almost midnight here. Oh, all right, Patty. Have a good sleep. Hopefully we've bored you enough that you'll have a good rest.
Oh, she's going to watch on the Kindle.
Oh, good night. Oh, sounds great.
Okay. Oh, okay. She's going to be watching on Kindle. Okay. Night, Patty. Thanks for coming. Is my sewing machine loud?
I can't hear it.
Okay. I'm stitching.
No, yeah, no, can't hear a thing.
Okay. I know it irritates me when I hear somebody's sewing machine too loud.
You know, that's funny because for me, growing up with you sewing all the time, when I hear a sewing machine, it's like it's like, I guess, white noise to me. It's I find it soothing and calming.
Okay, so I've done that stitching. Everything's hanging on. I don't have to worry about it. Bring my little thing over. Now, next step, turn this over. Oh, and I forgot to take my paper off. Oh, well, that's okay. Magic juice.
Magic juice. Okay, so we're at 9:44.
Okay.
So we'll do 15 more minutes and then I probably have to call it because my eyeballs are gonna dry up.
Yep. Do you want me to set a timer with Siri?
Well, since you and Siri have such a close personal relationship, sure, why don't you?
Well, that's because you won't talk to me during the day. So,
Oh, ow. She's
um,
full of them tonight.
pardon me while I talk to my best friend. Hey, Siri, set a timer for 13 minutes.
13 minutes, counting down.
You got mail, Siri. Nice. I managed to train my Siri. He now calls me Your Royal Highness.
Okay.
I also changed it so that every time I plug my phone in to charge, you can actually say, like, make it say a phrase. And so I had like mail Siri say, oh yeah, shove it in there. And then I had Gary go plug my phone in for me. Poor guy. Oh. Right.
Here. Okay. Oh my goodness. I'm shocked. Anyway, now I have that piece sewn on and I'm just magic juiced it. Gonna flip it back. I'm just gonna press that down so it sticks to the paper and I won't forget where I was.
Carla asks, how did you train it to say Your Royal Highness? I think what I did is I went in and changed the setting where you have your name, like you would put your name in there, because if you sometimes it'll say your name. I don't know if it does for you, but I think it's there. But yeah, I unfortunately I can't use my phone right now to figure that out. But in the settings, and honestly, just Google how do you get Siri to do different things. Yeah, it's funny. This is what I do in my spare time, apparently, is I'm like, hey Siri, how do I get you to say weird crap? Oh shit. Sorry, she started again.
I don't know how to respond to that.
He says, yeah, I said, hey Siri, how do I get you to say weird crap? Yeah. Oh, stop.
Oh, and the other thing is, when you have an Apple Watch, I always say, hey Siri, add this to my shopping list. And I needed some of those SOS, they're this
You want to be reminded about.
Stop.
Anyway, I was adding something to my shopping list and it was SOS pads, and they are the steel wool with this, the blue soap in them. And so anyway, I said that to Siri to add SOS pads
Stop.
to the shopping list. And then he comes back and he says, okay, I'm calling emergency services. And I, no, don't call them. And I thought, oh my God, you got to watch what you say to Siri.
Yes, that is an iron she is using. It's a mini iron. I actually gave it to her for Christmas.
Yes, it's a mini iron. It's a Dritz. Oh shoot, I can't remember the name of it now. Petite Press is what it's called. Canadian with a coupon at Michael's. I think you paid $36 for it.
Something like that, yeah. That's Canadian.
Canadian. Yeah, and that was with a coupon. Yeah. Okay, where was I? I was going to do number 4. Fold this over. And I want the line between 3 and 4. Fold this back. I have lots of seam allowance there. Yes, I think next time I'll host the
live.
yeah, the live for you. And I guess Carla is she's probably only about what, 8 o'clock there?
In San Francisco?
Because it's
I'm not sure.
California's on the West Coast.
West Coast, yeah.
Yeah. I would have guessed you were from the Midwest.
Where's my sequins?
8:50. Yes, it's 9:50. Oh, okay. It's 9:50 our time.
Yeah, it said it's almost 10.
Oh, right, yes, because we fall back and our time changes in spring and summer. Yeah, so we're only an hour difference now. So where was I? Oh, is that paper that you have the seahorse on? That's on the tag?
Yeah, I fussy cut. Oh, how did I grab that? I fussy cut out the little seahorse, and then I put some Nuvo drops on him, so he's going to be all shiny.
I see that.
And then I want to put some sequins, some of my picket fence sequins on there.
Okay.
But I can't find them. Where'd you put them?
So, oh yeah, Sandra, you're in Washington State. Yes. And you're probably, are you wondering where Sanders, no. How Sandra got here?
No, Sandra's part of your quilting friend, peoples.
Yeah, Kathy's Quilts and Crafts.
Oh, yeah, Spokane. Yeah.
Okay. Now, did I trim that down?
Not sure.
No, I'm not sure either.
Mm.
Yeah, I did. So now if I'm lost, now this one I can probably trim down so that it matches the sides there.
Crap, I left my
Glue open.
glue too long.
Okay.
Oh, bugger.
So I'm just trimming off some excess here just so I have more than 1/4 of an inch and it's in the shape that I need. So when I place it on, it's going to look right. So where was I? I need number 4. Number 4 goes this way. Now we'll put right sides together.
Oh, it could have been choke cherry jelly or Saskatoon jelly, maybe. Carla says she went to Canada once and had the best jelly ever. Never heard of it before or after my visit. What do you think it was?
Probably Saskatoon.
Saskatoon or choke cherry, yeah. It depends in where in Canada you were. Like if you were in Alberta or Saskatchewan, BC.
Manitoba.
Sandra, that's nice. It's raining a lot here. Feels like El Nino. Oh, I wish we had El Nino. Although we do have Chinooks, so.
We do have nice weather. It was what, over +3 today? And that's Celsius, so.
Yeah, +3 Celsius. It was nice.
Okay, so I've got my pieces on there. I can see my fold lines here. So I've got lots of fabric on each side. So I'll just stitch that down.
Still looking for my sequins. There we are. Oh my goodness. Oh, near Niagara Falls. Okay, so you were in Ontario.
Yeah,
So,
Ontario?
yeah. The jelly.
Jelly, it could have been, well, there it could have been choke cherry.
Mhm.
Do you,
Or red pepper.
red pepper jelly? Oh, could be that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of peppers, they make a fantastic jelly.
Oh, with cream or with brie on crackers. Yummy.
Sandra,
Okay.
Sandra said something. My side is okay. Yeah, it rained. Sandra said something.
It's funny how much Americans and Canadians are alike. I would have guessed you were from the Midwest.
Oh,
I want
Sandra,
to go to Montana.
that's just below us.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, better tell them the truth too. You actually are a little bit American.
I was actually made in the USA, apparently. Not that you guys really probably wanted to know that, but apparently at the Red Roof Inn, was it, or something like that?
No, I can't even remember. But I think there was a bar down there called the Red Rooster or
Red Rooster.
the Robin's Nest. I don't know. Anyway, yes, Chala was conceived in the USA.
What did Dad always say? I remember going to the dance with my dad and going home with my mom.
Now that is just, we're getting a little off color here. We better watch ourselves.
You know we're from the same family, right? You're not fooling anyone here.
Well, I know, but we have people in the house.
Oh, I'm sure they're adults. I'm sure they'll be fine.
You're right.
That's why, like, when my regular videos, I keep it PG, and then Saturday Night Live is a little more, off color, raw, we'll say. Not that I'm going to be rude or anything, but
So how's it looking here?
I like that. Oh, that's the polka dot,
No, it's the star fabric.
the star fabric.
It's got stars on it.
Yes, that one. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, now this is ready to go. I'm working on number 5, and I know that because my piece is right there. I'll fold this back. I have quite a bit extra there. And that's on my waist. And use my ruler. Like I said, I have an add a quarter, but I find that I can't see it because it's yellow. Okay, 13 minutes.
What?
Yeah, 13 minutes is up. You said 15 minutes?
Yeah, we got actually 2 minutes till 10, so
We'll wrap her up.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. I know we're kind of a crazy group, but we do appreciate you having you here, and hopefully you'll come back and do another cocktails and crafts with us. Again, it's just about hanging out, having fun, maybe learning something new. If you want to join us on Zoom, and be your hands or your face on video, we would love to have you next time. Just you should be able to find my email on my channel. And yeah, what do you have to say there, Ma Bear?
I have to say thanks everyone for coming, and hopefully you'll join us another time. And my channel is Aroundtoit. If you hopefully shall come to my Zoom.
Yeah,
And
absolutely, absolutely. And yes, Unique Whimsy, I actually follow you as well. And maybe if you're up for doing a collaboration sometime, we can get something sorted out. That would be a lot of fun.
okay, you have to switch the camera. Oh, that's the wrong camera. Hang on.
It just doesn't get any better from here, right from the beginning to the end. It's not. Oh, okay. Are we doing that? That's what we're doing. We're showing our faces. Okay, I'm like probably all bloodshot and I'm in my pajamas, but here we go.
Away we roll.
Oh,
I'm Shirley. That's Chala.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us tonight, everyone.
All right, guys. And P.S. I love you.